Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Millimeters, are you guys okay? Y'all all right? What did y'all do tonight? Because a lot of y'all said y'all was not going to watch the show anymore if Melody wasn't going to be on here. So what did you do tonight? What did you watch? I'm just checking in. Mel, are you okay? Did you watch the show? I want to know. Welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade. Thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows weekly. Now let's kiki and haha and get into another episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. It is season 10, episode 1. NDAs and DNA. How are we going to rate this week's episode, besties? I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at this show. I knew it could still go forward. You know, a lot of things are happening. Mel isn't here, and that's fine because the cast didn't like her. She didn't like them. And if she wasn't going to come on with her friend, the doctor, or someone else, or a boyfriend, a love interest or something, she did not need to come back. So I love that for her. Wish you well, Melody. You will do good because you got it going on, honey. God is blessing you. Well, Kimmy's afro is cute, honey. She didn't figure out what product to use. It's cute. And I don't know what Destiny had on in her confessional, child, looking like she is trying out to be in Lion King, The Wiz, child. Now, she looked good in it, but it was just like, wow. I ain't gonna, her body, she looked good in it, but it was a lot of leopard. Okay, so let's get into it, honey, because the peasant has surfaced. Oh, I need some water already. My throat already mad at me. Hold on. Child, the peasant has surfaced. The peasant, no, I ain't gonna even call her that. Wanda has resurfaced. And it's just a lot of moving parts. Let's get into it because I'm not mad at the direction of where this show is going. I'm actually excited. I'm excited. So they have a new intro. Okay, if you liked it, you liked it. If not, fine. But I'm okay with new. I'm okay. Give us something else to look at. The screens, the brackets, the way they're adding the little graphics and the moving parts. I'm here for all the pictures and I'm here for it. Do your thing. So the episode starts. Tisha is still in her single woman's house. Marcel do not live there. They will they go forever film right there in that living room with the kitchen in the background. They ain't going down a hallway. We're not gonna see a guest bathroom, a guest bedroom, the backyard, the garage. We definitely not going to wherever the bedrooms are. Are there stairs there? I don't know, but they ain't moved yet. They ain't moved back together yet, I'm gonna say. I think that's that when they separated, that's the house she lives in. But it's good to see that the kids are growing up, honey. They growing up, child, so fast. So Marcel prides himself because he and Tisha have been married 19 years. This is the longest marriage in the Scott family history. He said next year they will be celebrating a decade when they make 20 years. I said, oh, okay. I'm a OG. Things are changing, but I don't believe a decade is 20 years. I believe a decade is 10 years. But you know what, Marceau? He's been hanging around Tisha a lot. Because just like Martell said, Tisha is dumb and smart at the same time. And this is what happens when you hang around dumb and smart people. When they dumb and smart. Okay. So then, child, Wanda comes on over. She comes on in her daughter's house and she is back on our TV screens, honey. She coming in strong and loud. She got one question and one question only for Marceau. She come in, she sit down next to him on the couch. He like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and move on over here because I need to keep my enemies in front of me. I said no, Marceau. Oh, so Wanda just wants to know is what Martell said about that other lady if it really happened. And Wanda, and what you gonna do if it did happen? What you gonna do? But besties, remember, if you remember, Martell and Coleslaw did an interview with Marcel's side piece. Remember the big back girl sitting on the stool spewing all over the place, talking about back in the day how yeah they used to get it in and do this, and even she brought in Maurice and oh, did y'all see that interview, child? I was like, ooh. But I needed a refresher because it's been so long. I was sitting here like, okay. I was really connecting the dots in the first half of this show because it's like a lot you had to remember. Like this piece, whatever what Destiny and Martell talks about, and then when Nail is mad at Martell about it, was like, oh yeah. So it seems to me like after the reunion ended, they went right back to filming. Like not, I don't think they had too long of a break. It seemed like they went right back into production. So you know, Marceau, he don't answer nothing. So he tells her to take his non-response as his response. And he's been getting away with that all their marriage, right? Wanda says, well, him not saying anything about the allegations make him, her, Tisha, and the whole family look bad. Okay. Okay. Wanda, like, you need to say something. And so Tisha tells us, honey, that her and Marceau has their way of communicating, honey, and they are good, honey. She says she has no doubts about nothing that Marceau does because he has been her protector. And I said, and what does that have to do with cheating? He gonna protect you even closer when he's cheating to make sure you don't find out that he's cheating. Wanda says she don't like the way Marceau talks to Tisha. And she told him she gonna always come for him because Marceau, he think he's so smart. She said, but I got you. I got you. And he just be looking at Wanda like, girl, bye. And I'm like, Wanda, it don't matter, honey. You can go get all the women he has slept with. If there's some outside babies, you can bring them too. Introduce them to Tisha. They can show her proof and text, photos, film, videos, whatever. She don't care. She gonna stick beside him. And you should know that already, Wanda. She's not built like Melody. She's not going to break up with him and run off and go get her a whole bunch of businesses and flourish and be bomb and grow and hustle. She's not going to do that. Tisha wants to be the Mrs. She wants to be the housewife. She wants to be right where she is in that kitchen, teaching her kids how to cook. That's what she wants. Because if she leaves Marceau, then she'll have to become independent. And we all know that Tisha don't want that life. She tried to get out there and do her real estate thing, try to be a broker. She kept going back to school, getting more degrees, and she decided she wants the soft life where she is being provided for and protected. She just wants to mind her kids, and that's it. And you know, we gonna let Tisha do what she do. And where is the crime in that? If that's how that lady want to live her life, where is the crime in that, honey? Now, over at the other Scott's house, are we calling them Scott's 2.0? Well, over there, Monster aka Maurice Jr., who looks just like his mother. He's 18 now. Wow, how these kids have grown up right before our eyes. Goodness. So he's handsome, looks just like his mom. So him and Kimmy are in the kitchen. They're talking about college because it's about that time. You know, if he's 18, that means he's about to graduate. Then in comes his old egotistical daddy, Martin Luther King, asking him about has he heard about his DUI. Okay, where are we going with this? Because we're talking about college. And being that you're college educated too, Pops, I would thought you would have just, joined the conversation and encouraged and gave your speech, Martin Luther King, about college. But you want to go the route trying to see who knows what about what. But he really was talking to us, but through his son. So he was like, did you know that I had that DUI? And I thought he was going to go into telling him, it's not good if you go off to college. It's never a good idea to drink and drive. You see what I did, woo, woo, woo. So he says, monster, as they call him. And I'm like, hold on, this boy is 18, about to graduate. Monster, go ahead and tell these people to start calling you by your name, because you're old now. You done outgrew that little nickname. So Monster tells his dad that he didn't really look into all that drama, but his friends were cracking jokes about it. So then Maurice gonna say, Dr. Martin Luther King, he gonna say, well, yeah, they didn't let you know that my DUI was dismissed, huh? And I said, no, he not trying to tell us that like he was innocent. Like, sir, what we heard was that the police that was trying to arrest you mistakenly done something wrong. There was some technicality. You hired an attorney and fought the case and it was dismissed. You weren't innocent. The case was dismissed because of because of technicalities, right? So pipe down and shut up. I was like, where he getting this little ego from? Oh gosh. So Kimmy is doing her real estate thing. I'm like, is everybody into real estate on this show? Not a big deal. It's actually cool. But we know Tisha is got one foot in. She don't do it, but she know what to do. Marceau is a contractor. Martell trying to get his builder's license, and he trying to sell real estate. Oh goodness, everybody is selling real estate. Now Kimmy is selling it. We know Mr. Fletcher, Chris sells real estate. And Chad, we're gonna find out who else is in real estate, but go off. So Kimmy's talking about this property she showed that day, 30,000 square feet. I'm like, wow, Kimmy, get that money, girl. So Chad Marceau got the job for their property on Jordan Lane. They're going to make it into a restaurant. Now, remember, Kimmy was kind of like, I don't know if I want him to do it because he's slow. Like they say, Marceau got good ideas and he has a great vision and his work is beautiful, but he's slow because he be trying to do everything at once. Because he's working on Scott Manor. So he's doing the work. He's taking too long. And she's like antsy about it. But she knew that going into this. But hey, they want to make this a restaurant because this project is Kimmy's baby. And Marceau is going to stress her all the way out about it. Now, honey, let's get to the juice of it all. So the word on the curb is that Chris has been dry snitching on Marceau and Maurice. Uh-huh. So he has alluded to the fact that they make their side pieces sign NDAs before they mess with them. Child, it's about to get messy. Of course, Chris declined all allegations. He was like, I didn't say that. But baby, they rolled the flashback, and I remember this scene very much. I remember it. He was sitting down talking to Melody in this flashback, and he was pretty much telling Mel, and it was quoted that he said that that's what they do. You know, the OGs, they make you sign NDAs. So Kimmy came right on out and asked Maurice, did he get some side chicks to sign some NDAs? He said he has never had anyone sign an NDA. And it's like they be playing in they ladies' faces. Like he pretty much just told you, yeah, I cheat, but I ain't made nobody sign nothing. They gonna sign this, you know. And she's like, well, Marie, hon, that's not the response that I wanted. That was the response you thought I wanted to hear. He like, what? I wanted you to say that you don't have any side chicks. Like, duh. And he's like, well, that's obvious. She says, no, it's not. We are on this TV screen. We talked about this before the cameras got here. And you didn't forgot everything I told you to say. And now you're making me look stupid. That's what I got out of that, y'all. And he's like, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. So Child Destiny went over there to visit her broker at the office. And Child, she told us she has been into real estate for 19 years. And I'm like, Destiny, now hold up, hold up, hold up. I'm going to need proof of this. Now, Destiny is in real estate? Child, who knew that? She had a foreclosure on her marital home. She was evicted from the house she moved from the marital home to. She was putting utility bills in the ex-husband's name and he sued her. Like, this is not this don't sound like someone who sells real estate. Girl, quit lying to us. Dang, Destiny. Dang. I was just thinking, you can't even. Anyway, let me stop. She's been busy with Madani trying to get this thing e-commerce. She gonna bring Martell his candles that he ordered last season. He finally got his one candle. So she says she's been busy being a mom and being a caregiver for her father. Hope he gets better. And now she's into real estate. And I'm like, well, do you still have that storage space for Madani? I just want to know. Did you get another one for your office? Or do you work over there at the broker's office? Probably she works there with the broker. But she was dressed cute. She had on her little Sunday's best. So here come Martell. He come by. They talk business because she wants to get on some sale or whatever. And so she asked him what he's been up to. Child, he said the kids and getting coleslaw through nursing school. Then they put a picture of her up on my TV. I said, no, you didn't. Dang, Martell, it's only episode 1. You couldn't wait to episode 4. Child, they bust out. Bye, Melody. Come on, Ariane. Come through the door. Exit over. Enter stage right. Because Melody is leaving through stage left. Oh my gosh. I was like, all this is happening so fast. Whoo, millimeters, are y'all all right? What did y'all do tonight? Because y'all swore y'all wasn't watching. I'm going to look to see how the viewership was for tonight's episode. I'm going to be keeping up. Okay, so he's putting Thang through nursing school. So he admitted to calling her a peasant when he was married. You know, he said he don't think of her like that anymore. Child, because you're the peasant now, Martell. You're the peasant. Both of y'all are peasants. And he gonna say if she play her cards right, she'll get that ring. Martell, sweetheart, Martell. I'm knocking on his head. Martell, you are not the prize, sir. You can't even get your builder's license. You could even keep Sheree. And Sheree likes men in prison. She got ghosted by a dude in jail. She got embarrassed by her ex-husband that was a football player. And you couldn't even bag her. She ain't even no prize. She don't even have her Fashion's fashioning, and you couldn't even bag her. You are stuck with Coleslaw because she will never go anywhere. You know, she was your side piece. She's not going anywhere. She's going to secure her spot. She had your baby. She's going nowhere. You probably can't even date anyone else because of her. So now you just go settle and just be with her because you realize you are a peasant also. Let's be clear. Don't let me remind you of that again. If she play her cards right. Shut up. He says she's a good girl. Now you talking about her like she's a kid. What is the age difference? He says she's smart child and she's a good parent. And he's glad to have her by his side. Child, not convincing. Child, the way he was looking and acting, what was that? It was a wedding, right? Who got married? What wedding was? Oh, it was the Nell and Chris's renewal. And the way he was looking at Melody and reminiscing and regretting everything about what he did, child, child, child. Martell, Martell, Martell. So he takes the heat off of him and he asks Destiny about her and Lance. I'm like, child, what? We bringing that into this season? I mean, come on. Like, that was fake. Nell definitely was not going to allow her son to date Destiny. She didn't want Destiny to be her daughter-in-law or nothing. And isn't Lance married? Maybe they were, separated or whatever. And then the girl ended up pregnant, right? And I don't know where I heard or picked up or read this, but I thought one of his kids was pregnant, not him having a baby. And baby, no, 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 no. Lance had a baby child. Destiny said they haven't talked since the reunion ended. And so she said she found out he had a baby on social media. I said, I know you lying like Lance. You hit that. You hung out with that. It was just a little plaything, but I don't care. She was due. You owed her to tell her that. Come on, man. Y'all got to stop just doing stuff and just living la vida loca. Just don't care and ain't fact checking and telling and communicating. And, you just stop. Why do y'all just feel like y'all don't owe nobody nothing when you just spend time and things and put your car in a garage? You know what I mean? Yeah. When you park your car in the garage, you owe her something. You don't just disappear. Child, so she found out, and I'm like, they wasn't that serious, but go off, y'all. So she said he sent her a random text message around Thanksgiving, but she kind of could tell that, it was some little, it was weird. It was a little guilt there, and she like, I ain't got time for all that because she's busy. You know what I'm saying? She's busy. So Martell says he feels good about the interview that him and Coleslaw did with that side piece. So Destiny is trying to talk some sense into him. You will never do well when you do wrong, and God is going to bless you, giving him all the things because, they got that brother-sisterly relationship. She trying to talk to him. He like, So she was like, okay, give me 5 on that. He was like, no, I'm not dapping on that. He said, I ain't trying to hear all that. He said, if he pop out, I'm popping out too. And I'm going to keep going. So pretty much Martell said, if Marceau come for me, we going to go to HELL. He is standing 10 toes down. He not playing with these people. He trying to take their marriages down too. Since his flopped, he want theirs to flop too. Because they was all there together doing their dirt. Child, oh no. Not Ken and Marquez. Oh no. Ken and Marquez are meeting up to discuss how to co-parent. How did this happen? Okay, I must be forgetting some points in the reunion because what I remember is the last show, how he stormed out that house mad at Trish. Oh, that was so good. So anyway, they are trying to mature. Trish is not talking to Marquez because, she ain't ready. She ain't ready, but they are ready to be on the same page. Marquez is ready to get on the same page with Ken. He realizes that Ken ain't going nowhere, and that's that on that. And you want this to work, this is how it has to be. Marquez says he moved back to Huntsville. Trisha's like, what happened? And I'm like, he probably came back so he could be a full-time castmate. He gonna be on our TV, okay? He gonna be on our TV. So Ken tells him that, Blood, I could never take your place. I can't fill your shoes. We know, because you don't have one kid. Not one. Them swimmers ain't potent, but I'm gonna leave that alone. So he says, I'm here to assist you, man. And so he was like, what am I gonna get out of it if we have a fight and I beat you up? Or what's gonna happen if you beat me up? And it was like, you didn't have to say that, kid. You just didn't. But go off. You gotta meet people where they are. You got to speak the way Marquez can understand. And so he said, I want things to be right in my house and I want things to be right with you. Because, like these kids. And the thing is now, the kids are grown. The boy, he is 19 now. And the girl, what is she? Didn't she just graduate from high school? Or was that him? I think that was the boy that, anyway, she's right behind him. What, 2, 3, 4 years behind him? So, yeah, they are big kids. You guys should be able to chill. These kids should be able to drive. They are able to drive, have their own phones, and ask mom's permission and go off with their, it should be easier. The way they're co-parenting, they act like they're talking about some babies. Because Marquez is talking about, and maybe if we get cool, maybe we can go on vacation together and do play dates. And I'm like, play dates for some adult kids? If you don't text them. So, did I hear Ken say that Marquez can come? No, he said, you can communicate when you want to come around. And Marquez is down, and he mentions that him and Trish still got some talking to do. They are not there. She's not talking to him. She can't handle him. Ken gives him some advice and says, just be patient with her because really she don't trust you and she feels like you're not responsible and you don't have pure intentions. And it's like, wow. Wow. So just be patient. But it's good to see that they're working it out, but it's kind of like making Trisha look like a pimp. Like she got her 2 Negroes out here trying to talk and get along while she do whatever the heck she doing. And it's like, Ken, you going off so hard for a woman that don't want you. Just like we'll get to the next scene of theirs. It's like her body language just like she shuts down around him. And he don't pick up on the things because he want that love so bad. So, baby, over at the Fletcher's house, they tell us, honey, they have 2 new additions to the family. They got 2 more granddaughters, honey. Chris Jr. has had his first baby girl, and Lance, I think this is his 3rd child, and they both have girls. So Martell stops by because, honey, Nell is still mad at him about the picture that she took with Coleslaw. And I was like, huh? And I had to remember, y'all, they were all in Atlanta at a Polo Classic event. And there was a picture of Nell and Coleslaw. And it went viral. And so she says Martell is behind this picture blowing up, trying to make it bigger than what it really is, trying to start some mess between her and Melody. And so it blew up on social media, making her look bad. She's talking about, I had to go live in my natural hair with my freckles and tell these people that it wasn't what it looked like. And I'm like, first of all, now, you look good in your natural state, honey. Your natural hair is beautiful. You look good without makeup. All them little hairdos, them wigs you be wearing, you look like Mae West. You like a little country singer, especially in tonight's episode. Oh my goodness, Nell, your wigs make you look older. You should consider wearing your natural hair. So, child, the picture, it didn't even look so bad. The picture is her and Coleslaw. I almost said her real name. They're shaking hands like someone had just introduced them, like they're meeting. They shook hands. It's a cute picture. It didn't look like they was all hugged up, looking into the camera like this, my friend. Like it looked innocent. So, and I want to say I saw a different picture. Besties, is there another picture? I want to say the picture I saw was I don't think that picture they showed, that's not the picture I saw. But I don't know. It's been a while. But so she mad at him because, he's trying to start problems between her and Melody, trying to make it seem like she is approving all this drama, right? And so he come over, and so Martell is like, I would never do that. He just lying. You could just tell, but Martell be lying because his facial expressions, his body language be off. He just be saying anything. He said, I wouldn't do that to you because it's been done to me. And so he gonna tell Nell that he deserves an apology. What? What? You didn't make this lady go on live because she got to sit here and plead her case to the millimeters before they get in her butt. She got her freckles on display. Didn't even know she had freckles. But now you are beautiful. Wear your natural hair. So he said he need a darn apology from Nell. She looking like, well, wait a minute. Now, are you sure you're innocent in this? Because, I don't want no funk. He was like, child, if I did it, he said, I would have told Chris by now. And I was like, well, but you did do it, boy. So she apologizes to Martell. I was like, girl. But she says she's not for sure she believes him. And I'm like, exactly, because he lied about everything. Whew. So Chris brings up Tisha's interview with Carlos King. And Martell, this is when he said, yeah, I can't believe she did that. What was she thinking? And he was like, Tisha, she's smart and dumb at the same time. I was like, she is. She's dumb by nature and she's smart because she's been to college. And you mix them together and the smart don't outweigh the dumb, child. She just smum. She just dumart. She just smum. I'm trying to put the words together. Okay, moving on. And so then Martell clapped back, child, at everything that she was saying about him. And so the Fletchers said they understand Martell's disposition because the Scotts lack transparency. They be lying. Martell be lying, but so do them Scotts. So Martell asked, he said, well, I came over here to ask one question. Now, did Lance have a baby on Destiny? I love when Martell want to get gossipy like a girl. If he asks exactly what he want to know, child, it'd be like, so did they have a baby? Did he have a baby on Destiny? And they like, have a baby on Destiny? And they're like, ask him. Ask Lance. Okay, now. So, child, Ken and Trisha in a truck driving down the street. And he got his hand over there, touching all on her thigh, and she over there close to the door, trying to jump out. Her body language just says she is not into him. She's still weird, but it's okay. It's okay. We kind of used to Trisha by now. We know she's a little weird. She a little off. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to maintain. Am I going to be able to? I guess I'll be able to handle her because, child, she's just a weirdo. And Ken, you don't see that? So anyway, they started a home gym. They spent $10,000 and now they want to open up their own gym one day. And so Ken is telling her about location and budget and all that. So Ken asked Trisha that he needs her to be more confident in their relationship about him. He doesn't want her to worry about anything because he has her back. And I'm like, oh, Ken, right man, wrong woman. Right man, wrong relationship. Ken, goodness. And I said, well, never mind, going to go there. But her garage must be good because he is blind to some things that we all see very clear. So then he tells her that he talked to Marquez, child, and he wants her to be open to Marquez's, maybe Marquez, maybe he's changed, right? Be open because people do change. And she's like, I don't think he gonna change. So Trisha thinks Marquez has a motive every time he come around. And did she say motive or modem? But anyway, motive. And she don't want to be around him. Ken reminds her that they agreed not to go into their marriage with this baggage. She talking about child threw that bag in the ocean years ago with bricks in it. So that means the bag will never rise back to the top. It will never resurface. So over at Trisha's house, honey, her friend comes over to visit her. Hey, Sharon. They met at the gym like 4 years ago. She hasn't seen Trisha because Trisha now has a home gym. So she come over and Trisha telling her too much about her business. So she told him like she's tripping because Ken and Marquez are trying to be friends and all that. And they all shocked and like, oh goodness, what? And so she said, it's more peaceful without him around because he plays victim and creates chaos. And I was like, dang, she might have a point there, but you not innocent either, Miss Trisha, baby. You not innocent, honey. And he's still your husband. Huh. Where are the divorce papers, child? This is the no, it ain't, but it whew. She said he be talking and it keeps, and she keeps it cute. He talks so bad about her, but she has to keep it cute because she wants to respect, his mom, his grandma, and their kids. So she just be burning up on the inside, about to explode. She doesn't believe that he moved back to Alabama, but here he come walking in her house, just opening up the door like he lived there. I was like, now, Negro, wait a minute. Why would you do that? Did Ken tell you could come in? Did you get permission from your baby daddy? Did you get permission from them kids' bonus father that you could just walk into his house with no notice, ain't said nothing, didn't even knock, ring the bell, nothing? Whew. But he walks in unannounced. So her and a friend, they looking at him and they immediately go into this back and forth and back again. Like immediately. Like, how are you sitting here being mad at somebody you don't know because she your friend and she's mad at him? Stay out of people's business, Sharon. You got your own business to worry about. You sit there and be quiet. So she kind of lightweight introduces herself to him, but very rudely. And Marquez picked up on her energy. And I'm like, yep. He was like, what's up with your energy? And so she like, I don't know what you're talking about. You just met me. I ain't met you though. Oh, they was just going. And he like, no, wait, I just walked in here and, y'all want to talk about something. You want to talk about something while I'm here? Because I just walked into something. And so the friend wanted to talk. She said, I don't know about Trisha, but I'll talk. And so he was like, well, how long you been knowing Trisha? She was like, 4 years. We met at the gym. And he was like, well, do you know me? She like, no. And so Trisha tells him like, you can leave. But she said, she's talking through her teeth. Can't nobody hear her because him and the friend is just hollering and screaming at each other. And he told the friend that she need to relax. And I'm loving the energy that Marquez is bringing. But dude, you walked into the house. And y'all like that. I think they like arguing because they still in love. They like all that. Bad attention is better than no attention, honey. And so he kept telling her, Sharon, I don't know you. Then the married couple start arguing, child. And then the son walks in and he like, oh goodness, this again. So he keep telling Pops to go outside, like, Dad, go outside. Dad, go outside. And Trisha is still arguing, fussing, and fighting. Now she's bringing the son into their business, their mess. And I'm like, Trisha, you wrong for that. Just wow. Mark, what's his name? Xavier, did he say, did like mom, like, but he don't never address Trisha. He always just tells the dad. He was doing this last season. You know, his way is like tell dad to leave, like dad go, leave, go. He always wants his father to remove himself from the situation. So Marquez tells a friend, don't talk about me. If you don't care, don't talk about me, especially if you don't know me. And I'm like, I like that one. He said, but I'm open to talk to you. Now she don't want to talk to him. And he said, yeah. And so, you know, Xavier like, Dad, outside. He like, yeah, that's right, son. You right, son. He said, see, he's my savior. And Trisha like, oh my goodness. No, he's not your savior. God is your savior. Jesus Christ is your savior. So he then tells Trisha that she's breaking their kids. You don't even see it. You breaking our kids, and you should be ashamed of yourself. And child, that was the end of the episode. Honey, it's about to go down this season in Huntsville. I'm here for it. The previews had me like, wait a minute. Wait, what? Yes, honey. Tisha and Kimmy gonna be coming for Neil and Chris about the rumors about their husbands. You saw how Kimmy and Nell was getting ready to fight because Kimmy is like, I will throw you in that pool. What else did I see? Oh, Marquez gonna be talking about them divorce papers. Trisha didn't fill out the part about having kids. Ken get mad. He show his receipts. Like, yes, it is right here. Then he trying to put him out the house. This is gonna be a mess, y'all, and I'm here for it. And everybody is a realtor. Now, Ken and Trisha, y'all, which one of y'all gonna be a realtor next? Because maybe everybody's household has a realtor in it. But besties, drop down in the comments and let me know what you thought about tonight's episode. What do you think? Child. And this is going to be something because without Melody, these people going to really have some problems because they have no one to blame their problems on. Because they was good for blaming Melody. It was Melody's fault for everything. But it's about to go down. Everybody got to pipe up. This is good. But Trisha, your friend, I don't know. I don't know. But besties, drop down in the comments and let me know what you thought. Don't forget to like the video. I'm trying to get up to, where am I at? I'm at what? I'm trying to get up to 2,000 subscribers. Help me, y'all. Like the video. If you're here, if you still listening, like the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure your notification bell is on so that you know each and every time I post my content. And I'll be back with another recap, besties. Bye, besties.